Welcome to Hide and Seek TV. It's your boy Hide and Seek, and I'm back, and I'm about to get ready to do a very deep breakdown, just covering a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to really bear with me on this. I'm going to start it out as usual. Revelation 12, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars, and she being with child, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads, 10 horns, 7 crowns upon his head. And she brought forth a man-child. And a dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. And she brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. So as you can see, the 7 heads, 10 horns, 7 crowns. 7 times 10 is the 70s. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to break this down like I always do every video. So when you understand it, let's delve into this. As it's written, in that day, there should be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord, and there should be for a sign and for a witness to the Lord of hosts, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Christ. The top of the altars are measured at 76 degrees. And 1970s is when they legalized abortion. You know what I'm saying? 1975. They brought in the first condom commercial because they was trying to prevent the coming of the Messiah. You know what I'm saying? 1976. Like I always show. Let's delve deep into this, man. And there's no way around none of this. It's all about who got the eyes to see and ears to hear, man. Let's delve into this. The Exodus is unraveling. Pay attention to this.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out.
Notice the train. Welcome back. This came out 1975 going into 1976.
Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
This is how deep this goes right here, y'all. Let's get deep, man. So I think the whole thing came out September-ish, late mid-September. Of 75, 9 months. From that time will be July. We've already broke it down about the July 5th birth. That's why they did the Independence Day on July 4th, and they shoot up the fireworks, because they try to say, when you come back and return, we are threatening you, with our fireworks. We're shooting the fireworks up to heaven. So you see how it says welcome back to that same old place you laughed about, because as it's written, the Most High say he's laughed at their calamity because they blaspheme his kingdom all day long. They blaspheme his holy name all day long.
Well, the names have all changed since you hung around.
The names changed since you hung around. Hint how they, they whitewashed everything. They, they just changed the names. They call us black, call us coloreds, call the Gentiles white, and, so-called, Latinos, Ephraim, the Northern Kingdom call them Mexicans, Latinos, etc. So that's just how all this stuff goes. The names change. You know what I'm saying? So look how deep it is, because, like I said, my bad, y'all, I went the wrong way. Like I said, one of the characters on the show, the actor's real name was Lewis. So, they used to tease Lewis a lot on the show. Listen to this.
But those dreams have remained, and they've turned around. Him on the spot, welcome back. Jack here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, cause we got him on the spot, welcome back.
And we tease him a lot because we got him on the spot, because as it's written, they blaspheme my name all day long. Therefore, my name should be revealed unto my people, in Isaiah 52. You know what I'm saying? There's no way around none of this. Therefore, my people should know my name, because they blaspheme it all day long. When you translate praise the Lord, it becomes Louis Eternal. You feel me? Listen to this right here. They already knew he was here. Pay attention to this. This stuff is that deep. Excuse the language.
Machiavellian is Illuminati, all through your body. The blows like a 12-gauge shot. Feel me? And God said he should send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the ways of the man. Follow me. Eat my flesh, flesh of my flesh.
You hear that?
come with me.
Let's go back. Let's do it one more time. Let's see. People who've been paying attention over these last few years of this teaching. See, can y'all catch it?
Feel me? And God said he should send his one begotten son to lead the wild into the ways of the man. Follow me. Eat my flesh of my flesh. Come with me.
Saying God would send his only begotten son. But he said, come with me. Eat my flesh of my flesh. Follow me. Come with me. Don't worry about him. Don't take on his ways. Follow me instead. That's how deep this stuff goes. This is how deep the rabbit hole goes, man. Let's take it further into this. This stuff is deep. So they already know his name is what? Carol Lewis Williams II. And when you understand that, Carol, the word car, that's why they like to destroy cars, because remember I broke it down. The word car derives out of Kara, which don't mean nothing but anointed Messiah. Ka means soul, Ra means light, and Israel. So Kara just means nothing but Christ, you know what I'm saying? And that's why they love to destroy cars, you feel me? So it's all about who got the eyes to see and ears to hear. So, Carol, you know what I'm saying, and Williams, which I'm going to get into in a minute, but Lewis, hint the whole thing, they already knew he was here. And that's why he had to go through the Air Force and all of that. I'm going to break all this down to y'all. Give me one moment. That's why on Doja Cat, you see how she's on top of the damaged car with Lewis Carroll. Carol Lewis's his initials on the license plate with a damaged car, and she's seducing men. You feel me? Let's get deeper. So you see Lewis right there, Carol Lewis, 1996. And I'm going to break it down because we already know Obama is the Antichrist. I broke this down in a previous video. I'm just going to put it in the comment section below. But I want to keep it rolling. But he had to be in the Air Force because as it's written, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings. Hint, the Exodus will be by plane. Let's get into this real quick. Let's talk about it because there's no way around none of this. Let's read it. It's all about who got the eyes to see and the ears to hear, As it's written, it will be a sign and witness to the Lord Almighty in the land of Egypt when they cry about to the Lord because of their oppressors, and he shall send them a savior and defender, and he will rescue them. So how he will be amongst us. You know what I mean? And we will be coming out of the spiritual Egypt, spiritual Babylon that we're living in. It's all about who got the eyes to see and ears to hear, man. There's no way around none of this. So you see he graduated high school in 1994 because he was obviously born 1976. So notice this. 1995 he went into the Air Force. So notice this. Notice why Will Smith, final season of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and you remember you had Carlton and William. I'm going to break it down. But notice that they had to be ending their Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in 95 going into 96. You see how when Lewis was in the Air Force. So let's break it down. Because Will Smith, as it's written in God said unto Moses, I am that I am, he said. So hit the will of I am, will of God, William, right? Revelation 3:7, let's break it down. It's all about who got the eyes to see and ears to hear, man. There's no way around none of this, you know what I'm saying, at all. Let's break this down, man. And to the angel of the church of Philadelphia, these things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David, he that openeth and no man shutteth, and shutteth and no man openeth. So hence why Will Smith had to be from Philly, in Philly, and he's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air inside the mansion. You see that going to California to dwell in the mansion, open the doors of the mansion. You see how deep this goes. And that's why right after the show ended, he was on Independence Day flying planes, just like Carol Lewis. There's no way around none of this stuff, y'all, at all. You know what I mean? At all. So I want to take y'all down the rabbit hole. Let's get deep, if y'all don't mind, because it's like right in our face, our whole lives. So I'm gonna break this scene down from training day. I'm going to go piece by piece, layer by layer. You feel me? Watch this. This stuff is so real, man. It's surreal, you know, right now. But let's get into this, man. This is serious high-level masonry. All right, watch this.
You were trained very well. Check that out. It's a shitty dime. See the small hairs, undeveloped seeds, all the stems in it. You see how immature it is? That's classic brick pack Mexican. That's garbage. Let me see it. Give me.
You see that? The undeveloped seeds. Let's talk about this. Let's go into Matthew 13, man. That's how I'm going to do this scene piece by piece because there's so much in here. So let's talk about it. So in Matthew 13, verse 25. Well, I'll go to verse 24. Another parable he put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence did it have tares? He said unto them, an enemy have done this. The servants said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest whether while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together unto the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will reap say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So the tares is the undeveloped seed, you know, that's the wicked, and the wheat is symbolic of the righteous. So that's why he said, yeah, those seeds are undeveloped. You know, that's just talking about those who are like the castaways, who are not getting in the kingdom. Let's take it piece by piece. All right, listen to this.
To be truly effective, a good narcotics agent must know and love narcotics. In fact, a good narcotics agent should have narcotics in his blood.
You hear that? He should have narcotics in his blood. Huh? Let's break them down, brick by brick. Now the Spirit speak expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. So how many would depart from the faith? You see what I'm saying? And when you understand why he using like the narcotic thing, because it's all about the sowing of the seed, you know, of the people, the saints. You know what I mean? Remember, as it's written, Israel is as the sands of the sea. And on top of that too, when you understand it, why they like to use like coke bricks and all of that, because remember, as it's written in Revelation 3:12, those who overcometh will I make a stone in my temple, a pillar in my temple. So they want people to get high off of it instead and be their own gods. So you see, and notice his name is Jake anyway. Jake derives back to Jacob, you know, the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of Jacob. You know what I'm saying? You know, obviously they use the Gentile, you know what I mean? If you notice, the so-called white man, the Gentile, because if you notice, Denzel always plays movies where he's leading, training, and defending Gentiles, because, you know, once the Israelites sell out to the Greeks and join, you know, the Boule Masonry, Freemasonry, they are seen as Gentiles too. You know what I mean? That's how deep, that's why they do this a lot, you know, but let's get into it. Let's take it piece. It's a lot in here, man. Pay attention to this. Listen to this. Piece by piece, y'all.
Yeah. You not? No. Why, you a Mormon or something? You're Jesus freak? No, man.
You hear that right there? So you gonna serve that Christ. You gonna serve Louis Eternal. Listen.
No, this is my job. This is your job. I can't.
He said I lose my job because look, the job he's talking about is built in the kingdom of heaven. But he said, this is your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Let's delve deep into this, y'all.
Jesus Christ.
Notice they showed the cross, because that's the whole thing. You know, we crucified your Messiah before, we'll do it again. We're stronger than we were during the time when the flood happened, and we're stronger during the time of Babel, when he sent the earthquake shaking up the Tower of Babel, during the time of Nimrod. So they like, we got that cross. What he gonna do for you? A Jesus freak? You know, blasphemy? Really? You serving that Louis Eternal? Okay. Let me put the gun in your head, because all that saying is how they use their Masonic force. They like to threaten people. Because we supposed to have the fear of God in us. It's like, you don't fear God, you fear man, you fear our system. We're more stronger. We can kill your body. We can throw you in jail. How about that? That's why I said, fear not the one who can kill the body, but the one who can kill the body and the soul.
Yeah, right. If I was a dealer, you'd be dead by now, motherfucker. You turn shit down on the street, and the chief brings your wife a crisply folded flag.
You hear that? You hear how deep that goes? I'm gonna break this down, man. Notice how they stop traffic. Look.
But you know what? I don't want you in my unit. I don't want you in my division. Get the fuck out my car. Go back to the valley.
Excuse the language. Go back to the valley. Hint the wilderness. Remember, we already know about it. We are in the spiritual wilderness. He said, all right, you know what? You don't want to do that? Yeah. Get out, Go follow that Lewis. Go to him with him in the wilderness while we in the cities, while we build up our cities. Good luck,
Poop butt ass.
Notice how he's stopping the Exodus. Because, as I broke it down before, Planet of the Apes, symbology. Remember, his name was Caesar, the main ape. Because we rising and growing up out of this and rising up out of this matrix, where they want us to be Greeks, Caesars, Romans, Babylonians. And notice how they got 676 on the license plate. We about to overcome, all of this blasphemy, and I'm trying to stop the Exodus. Remember how she was on there doing the same thing. You see that? Doja Cat was preventing the Exodus. Notice how he's blocking it, because he don't want to sell out. Look at this. He said, I'll do it. Let's go. You already know about that part. But let's get right to the point. Sorry about that, y'all. See how he made him a tear? Look. Let me get right to the point. See that? Notice how he putting him back to sleep. Remember that? Remember we read it. While men slept, his enemy came and sowed weeds, sowed tares among the wheat, and went his way. Let's read it again. My bad. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter days, the end times, some shall depart from the faith. You see that? Selling out.
You okay? Man-sized hit you took, dog. When's the last time you smoked weed?
When's the last time you smoked weed? Hold on, my bad, y'all. Sorry about that. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling, y'all. Sorry about that. But it's all right in our face. Look, get right to the meat of it.
Left that out of your service jacket, didn't you? Yeah, I know you got secrets. Everybody got secrets.
Yeah, everybody got secrets. The devil loves to accuse us. He's our accuser. He knows our secrets.
Didn't know you like to get wet, though.
Hit the wet. I ain't know you like to get wet, though. Lake of fire. You know what I mean?
What's wet? Butt naked. Ill.
And he said butt naked because that all goes back to how you would be covered in shame and contempt, covered in nakedness. You know what I'm saying? Remember how I said in Revelation 16:15, that we blessed is he who watches and keeps his garments on, so he don't have shame. But the ones who are ain't aware of what's going on in the world they're living in, they're gonna be found in nakedness. That's why they tell you, you're gonna be raptured, and you know all the clothes be on the ground. I'll put that in the comment section too, my video on that. How much deception that is. They want you covered, losing your clothes, your garments of righteousness, so you can be raptured, which don't mean nothing but destroyed. Just like it says, like there, it will be, a Son of Man said, when I return, it'll be like the days of Noah when the flood took them all, meaning you got raptured, destroyed.
Dust, PCP, Primos, E-Dog. That's what you had. That's what you were smoking. You couldn't taste it.
No, I never done it.
You have now. I haven't, but you have.
See how the devil works.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Man, I'm gonna get piss tested, and I'm gonna get fired.
Lieutenant's got our back. We know a week before we piss.
Oh, shit.
You hear that about the blood lab. They want, he like, if I get my blood corrupted, I'm not gonna be able to make it into the kingdom. You hear that? So are you butt naked? PCP, dust. That's how they want us, you know? They want us like that. Blood corrupted so we can't inherit the kingdom. Because through the blood, you know, through his blood, ye are saved. Let me show y'all something else. Let's talk about it. It's right in our face, man. Let me break this down again. Hint, Barack Obama, Baraka. That's why Barack Obama, all the people they call the outworld, they're like the race that are outside the kingdom, the outworld race. And they all got a disease which made them look beast-like, because that all goes back to those who worship the image of the beast, the Antichrist, Obama. Look at this. That comes to the vax. Notice how they attack the hand, because that all goes to how you have how it says they have the mark within their hands. Attack the head because they had a mark upon their foreheads. Give them the shot. You see that? I didn't do it. You did. You're an adult. Take responsibility. You're responsible for your own decisions.
Shit.
Excuse the language.
Why did you do this to me?
You're an adult, man. Shit. Nobody told you to smoke that. Made a decision, live with your decision. Ain't like I put a gun in your head.
You see how deep that goes? The gun in your head. Let's look at it again, huh? The mark upon the forehead. Let's look. You see that? And then comes the flag. Because remember Ethan Hawke, you know, Jake was like, man, I'm gonna get fired. I'm gonna lose my job. You know, because as it's written, Acts 13:23. Of this man's seed have God, according to his promise, raised up unto Israel a Savior, Yahushua. You feel me? Isaiah 11:12. Let's get deep on it. Let's talk about it, because there's no way around none of this, man. It's all about who got the eyes to see and ears to hear. And he shall set up a flag for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So here how we will be gathered, because he'll be within the bloodline. You know what I mean? That's why he want to attack the blood. Let's look at it one more time. Excuse the violence, but it's important to be able to understand the symbology. Nobody else is telling y'all. I have to tell you. Attack the blood. Notice how that's why Baraka got the flag, because he's covering up the flag, you know, the banner that would gather up the saints of Judah and Israel. That's why notice his face is all over the flag, because he's going to war against the saints. Let's talk about it. If y'all don't mind me talking, this is a song on there by M.O.P. and Nub Snatch, Nut Crumb Snatcher, whatever, featuring Mop. Or Mop used to have that, ooh, you know, and all that, you know. But hint, he says, see, William never sleep. You think something sweet. See, William never sleep. The I am never sleep. You know, you think something sweet. Remember, we just studied about the wheat and tares and how he never sleeps, because he's all-knowing. He sees all. The Father in heaven, the Father and Son in heaven. Yeah, the Messiah is upon the earth, but, you know, it's all to lead us back to the kingdom of heaven, the Spirit. You know, the spiritual kingdom. So here he says, he said, and I would kindly lift you, behind up off your feet. Shackle me in chains, tamper with my brain, spit a 10-digit number when you call me by my name. Hint, the whole thing, how we calculate and learn the name. Remember, it said, he who is wise who calculate the name of the beast. And, the Antichrist will blaspheme. You can look it up. Obama got the spoofs. He said, I'm Daniel's Day-Lewis. What he was trying to say was, I am the prophet I'm the prophet that Daniel was speaking about that said would come and blaspheme the holy name. Hint, spit a 10-digit number when you call me by my name. Hint, call upon the Lord. William, I am. And he said, shackle me in chains, tamper with my brain. And he said, I'll lift you off your feet. Because, as it's written, no man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day. Because we must uplift the Messiah. We must raise him up. How do you raise up stones? You use ropes. You use chains. That's why they said we're going to lift you off your feet. Because that all goes back how they don't want him to stand upon the altar. To stand. Remember, it says that the Lamb would stand upon the altar with his 144,000. Same thing going to Footloose. Remember that old song back in like the 50s, 60s? It was like, Footloose, Footloose. They like, I'll hit the ceiling or I'll tear up this town. They'll war against heaven and they'll destroy the earth. Now I got to cut loose, Footloose, kick off your Sunday shoes. They want to keep their foots loose. They want to, how we supposed to walk in the steps of Christ. They want their foot loose. They're kicking off their Sunday shoes, meaning they don't want to serve, the kingdom of heaven. How they try to say church is on Sundays and, that's the Lord's Day type talk. Even though that ain't, that's just all Akhenaten, Egyptian Akhenaten, which was nothing but Lucifer during that time, sun worship. So I showed it before. Millions of times he looks just like him. It's nothing but Obama today. The same clone, the same spirit. And I'll show that in a minute. Let me just show y'all if people are confused. 1 second. You see, this is the Akhenaten, the ancient pharaoh of Egypt. And then you got Obama. That all goes to the Amenhotep. That's who that is, the Akhenaten. See, that's nothing but Obama today. You know what I mean? Nothing but Obama. Let's get deep on it, though. So people can understand that's that Sunday worship. Ray, they used to, what he'll do is he'll go in the Nile River, take off his clothes, ejaculate in the river, and they'll take the water and they'll raise it up to the sun and drink from it because they looked at him as their Lord. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Obama now that, Obama, what did he have for his logo? Look at this. There's no way around it. The false light blinding the mind of the world. Remember it says in 2 Corinthians 4:4, Satan is the god of this world, blinding the minds of the people. The false light, man. You feel me? Same thing. But no, I gotta get back to it. Now I gotta cut loose, foot loose, kick off your Sunday shoes. Please, Louise, pull me up off my knees. Now look, remember it says all knees will bow to Christ. So notice why they said, see, William never sleep. You think something sweet. And I kindly lift your behind above your feet. Same scenario. This is like what? 50 years apart? Like, come on. It says, please, Louise, pull me up off my knees. Jack, get back. Come on before we crack. Jack, they don't want the 12 tribes of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, Jacob, to be with Lewis in Exodus because that's going to make them crack. It's going to end their Masonic world. That's how deep this stuff is, y'all. That all goes back to that, you're a grown man, accept your decision. That's your decision. Live with your decision. Now, 76 is the top of the altar. That foreshadows the kingdom will come, as I showed earlier. Now 7 is the number of spirit, 6 the number of flesh. So hence the living man and the spirit dwelleth in the flesh. So the Masons want to overpower that and have 6, 7 instead. You feel what I'm saying? Because the 6 is the number of the flesh, and they want to overpower the spirit, you know, the saints in the spirit, you know, the number 7. They want flesh above spirit, you know. Let's get deep. Let's talk about this, y'all. Let's delve deep right quick.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Hence, my sheep know of my voice. My sheep follows me. So hence they want you to be as wolves because they want you to be as the Masons. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Let's go into Matthew 1, Maccabees, 1 Maccabees chapter 1. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, the Greeks, you know, the Masons, and made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to do the heathen and were sold to do mischief. So hence Israel sold out to be as the Gentiles, as the Greeks, as the Romans, the Babylonians, etc. You get your mark. Remember I showed y'all Baraka. Let's talk about it. Let me talk, you know. Not let me talk, but let the Spirit lead. But let's talk about it, I mean. Look at this. Get your mark. See what I'm saying? Get your mark.
Get your ink. Or go give him a hand.
Go give him a hand. And notice he's assisting a lady who needs help with her car with the train behind him. You see the Exodus. So you see the 2 cars, the Kara and then the Exodus. So go help Kara, try to exit us out of here, or humble yourself and join us.
Get your ink. Or go give him a hand.
You see how deep that goes? Man, this is amazing stuff. Let's get deeper into this, y'all. Now remember, this is when Jake woke up.
You want the one in my back pocket too? Yeah, I would. You got one problem though, Jake. You got no witnesses. Who your fucking witnesses, huh? Roger? Smiley? You think
You hear that?
my troops are gonna help you?
You see that? Who's your witnesses? Because as it's written, man, in John 3:18. Sorry about that, y'all. It's loading up. But as it's written, he that believe in him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of only begotten Son of God. So who's your witnesses? You think my people gonna turn on me? You joined us and now you want to get out. You blood in, blood out. You know, you ain't got no witness. The Messiah, Carol, he not gonna be able to mediate for you. You sold out. You took the mark. You smoked. You became a tear. We turned you into a tear. A tear get burned. The wheat gets gathered into the kingdom. You know? Look how deep it is. This stuff is real. Let's get right to the point.
Oh, where has my little Jake gone? Oh, where can he be? Ah, I see you.
You see how he used the glass? Because as it's written, for now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even also I am known. So hint the glass, the looking glass. You feel me?
You know, I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. How you want it, dog? Huh? Closed casket? Remember that fool in the wheelchair? How you think he got there?
Hint the wheelchair. Remember, Professor X used to be in a wheelchair because in Ezekiel 1:16, as is written, the Messiah is revealed via the wheel within the wheel. So hence the bicycle, the wheelchair. Remember, we walk in the steps of Christ. So hence the whole thing, his name is our rod. You know what I mean? His staff. Remember, as David said, your staff, it comforts me in the shadow of death. Thy staff comfort me, which all goes to the whole thing. Remember Jacob when he wrestled with the angel all night. What happened? Remember the hip, Jacob's hip, and he needed the cane. He needed the word of God to lean on. Remember, lean not unto your own understanding, but follow my ways. Walk with me. So that's why he said I put him in a wheelchair. You see how deep all this goes. Let's take it piece by piece, man. There's no way around none of this. Notice how now he's outside the car. Remember, Jake jumped on top of the car and got him out the car. So that was going to be the end of Lucifer's blasphemy of Kara.
Enough to kill Jake.
Let's go right to the point. Hold on. See that 38 revolver? Remember Denzel trying to get the 38 revolver? Let's talk about this. And this was right before he died, remember? So I'm going to get right to the point. Notice who else had it. Let's delve deep into this. It's all in our faces, everywhere, You see how, remember, Bishop had the 38 revolver. And all Bishop stood for was nothing but, the Bishop stood nothing but for, the false, the false prophet, the false high priest. You know what I'm saying? All that's just Antichrist, Obama. Look at this.
I ain't got to do nothing. You the past, bro.
You the past, bro.
My time is now.
You see that? My time is now. You the past, my time is now. Because they're trying to say we already crucified you already. You know what I'm saying? You prophesied of old, but this is my time. It's over for you. We crucified you before. You keep trying to come back. You keep trying to rise up, and we're going to keep stopping you. So that's why you see he was trying to reach for the 38 revolver, because when you understand the 38 revolver, it all deals with the altars, which I'm about to explain. Let's talk about it. It all deals with the altars. Because in Isaiah 14, remember as it's written, Lucifer says, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the height of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pits. You see that? I'm going to break it down. You know what I'm saying? It's all about who got the eyes to see and ears to hear. So all that deals with, like I said, a 38 revolver, hint the bullets within the chamber. You feel me? See what I'm saying? The bullets within the chambers. And you see how it spins, because all that deals with is like the cycling of the chambers. Who will rule the altar? As it's written, and they took the body of Yahushua and wounded in linen clothes with the spices, as the manner of the Jews is to be buried. So hint the Christ, a christening, the anointing. Anointing the body. That's why Joey, the rapper Joey Bad, was inside the chamber saying he's Christ conscious. Telling him, we'll knock you out your continent. And then after he's inside the king's chamber, he goes to heaven, blasphemy. He rises and becomes the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Just like how T'Challa, who represents nothing but Obama, as remember, he was the Black Panther. Revelation 13, the Antichrist is as the mixed leopard. You feel me? And how they get anointed. And then they go into the astral plane. Same with Killmonger. And remember, Killmonger was very serious. Remember, he was speaking with his father. Remember, he went into the closet first and I can show the scene, but I broke it down before. But he went into the closet when he was on the astral plane, and he found a book with his dad's notes. His dad was like, you're looking for me, When he went inside the closet, remember, as it's written in Matthew 6:6, Come inside thy hidden place, thy secret closet, and pray unto me. And remember Killmonger, they were showing him with flashes of being a boy and back to him as a man, because hence the child shall lead them. You know? That's how deep this goes. It's all about who got the eyes to see and ears to hear, man. For real, you know? There's no way around it, y'all, at all. At all. So notice, once they start fighting with the revolver, remember he took his revolver from him. See how he tries to use a rod? He uses the rod against him. Because as it's written, Messiah will hold the rod. And then notice, he gets cast down. You see how deep that goes? It's deep, man. It's all about who got the eyes to see and ears to hear, for real. No way around it. Notice you see the airport right there, right when Denzel about to die, because of the exodus is about to unravel. Get rid of Lucifer, the exodus gonna unravel. Look. Come on. See, they shot up his car.
Что закончим?
Захлебнется кровь. Легко помереть не получится, Алонсо. Вали!
Notice they shot up the 6-7 car. Remember his license plate had 67 on it. Remember he was like, King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Because King Kong is symbology of Christ. You know, remember Kong is from Skull Island. Remember Christ was crucified on the land of the skull. As it's written, he is the headstone. Remember I already broke it down earlier. The headstone foreshadows the kingdom to come. That's why in Psalms 118:22, it said that the builders, you know, the masons would remove the headstone. Look at the back of your dollar bill, your Illuminati pyramid don't have a headstone. It just got the all-seeing eye. None but Lucifer blind the minds of the world to be their own gods. You know? That's how deep this stuff is, man. So you see how they betrayed him, you know, remember how they basically like, you don't get the money, you're going to get shot up. Notice the 6-7 dies on the highway, and they already showed the airport. Because it's letting you know that the beast system is going to be destroyed. Babylon is going to be destroyed by fire. As is written in the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked. Remember I was talking about that? You get butt naked. PCP. Thus, Primos. You see that? Make her naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So hint, why he had to, that's why they shot him up. The Gentiles, the same ones he served, turned on him and shot him up, you know. That showed the whole Babylonian system is going to be destroyed. That's all this symbology of. It's going to betray one another. Remember I said Denzel always training the Gentiles, because he's just showing that he's a Greek. It's all Greek masonry all tied together. Once you win, you all seen as the same. You know, obviously some are higher than others, but I'm just saying, you know, they all one body. Every blood and bone matter, you know. So notice, remember I showed y'all Lewis was in the Air Force. He was in the Air Force from 96 to 2000. Notice why 2001 they said, yeah, the planes attack our buildings, because they was trying to say that when we exodus, what's going to happen with 9/11. They're like, when we exodus, basically it's going to bring an end to their world. It's going to bring down their pillars, their Masonic pillars, the 2 pillars, the Twin Towers. There's no way around this. That's why after that happened, they're like, we got to get our security up. You know, make people get naked. You got to remove your shoes, remove, you know, your hats, you know, take things out your bags, etc. Remember we just talked about that. They want you in nakedness. Strip you. That's why if you pay attention to, once he got out the military, they knew it was time, the war was on. That's why I noticed the rappers. Remember I was talking about Christ means like, you know, the christening, the anointing, you know, the embalming, rapping, like wrapping your body up, you know, preparing to be a king in a king's chamber, like mummifying. That's why you had all the rapper fighting games and all of the fighting games, the fighting movies back in the early 2000s and all of that, mid 2000s. You don't really see those type of movies no more, you know. Look at this. Listen to the type of music.
Take rings off, blank slashes, yeah, fade came off, everything off, fool what you want.
You hear that? Take chains off. You hear that? Everything off. They want to remove the glory, take his chain off so you can't raise him up. You know, they want you naked, like I just showed you with the 9/11. Listen to this, excuse the language.
Give a chick a hard brick and bubble gum.
I give it, you know, I give the bride Israel the brick, because they want them to blaspheme the stone, blaspheme the Lewis stone, blaspheme Christ, the rock. You know, he's our rock, our salvation, our fortress, our refuge.
Like here, take that, shake that, break that, in half, and please bring my cake back.
He already said break that brick in half. You remember how Moses split the rock, and you know, it's the whole thing, you know, so Israel, he strike the rock so Israel could drink, even though he wasn't supposed to strike it twice, but hit the whole thing. Doing all of that, when you strike the rock, how he couldn't make it into the promised land. So notice how he didn't get to enter, but he got to see it. But notice how he said, yeah, break that rock in half and bring my cake back. You see that? Bring my
You know what the movement's like, you know.
Because as it's written, Messiah is the bread of life. But listen to this.
How we moving, right? Move, cause we in the mood to fight. This is that get crunk move, bitch. Get drunk, stupid. How like space 45 phone race.
See that? All that fighting. You notice how much you don't really hear this type of music no more. But notice how that time frame after he got the military, everything was fight, fight, fight. Listen to this. Excuse the language, but notice why they're in the car and the song is Hunk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. Hint, hunk for Yahushua, hunk for Louis Eternal. You know, call upon me and it'll save you. But look what they doing.
Back these hoes, they screaming, they bleeding from their nose. But when we saw this one, we make the niggas hit the flow.
Yeah, we nugging and bugging.
You see that?
And ready to fight.
Notice how everything was talking about we fighting. And notice this is a HBCU song because all that goes to is what? The Greek Mason, the black Greek fraternities, man. Like that's why on Matrix, Neo's passport expired on 9/11, you know? The Matrix, he's getting ready to lead us out the Matrix. As it's written in Exodus 34:19, you know, all who come out of the Matrix are mine own. That's why Obama had to beat John McCain, who flew the planes. Remember, John McCain used to fly planes in the Air Force, in the military. That's how deep it is. Prevent the Exodus. Listen to this right here. Just another one right here. Same thing, you know, no Exodus. Keep trying to chase that Lewis. Keep believing in that man gonna be able to save y'all from our world. Listen.
I'm a cab dispatcher, the better.
Hint the cab dispatcher. Hint Christ is our deliverer. He's our chauffeur. He deliver us, you know what I mean, to the kingdom.
Off with the stupid guys looking for a Cooper drive. You ain't getting nothing but your French fries supersized.
Hint, get your friends fried. You know, y'all think y'all leaving us. We're gonna just keep leading y'all to hell. You know, we're gonna keep bringing y'all through the fire. You know what I'm saying? He can't save y'all. We're gonna keep deceiving y'all.
It's a damn shame y'all still local. I'm in $1 million studio laying my vocals, nigga.
Excuse the language, but notice how he said that, you know, y'all still local. Y'all not even Exodus. Y'all still here in our world. We run this. Y'all ain't Exodus going nowhere. Listen.
Still in the projects, nigga. You ain't going nowhere. You gonna fucking be there for the rest of your life.
Let's get to the point. My bad, y'all. Excuse the language. But listen to this. There's just so much in here, you know. Listen to this.
And your mama say, I'm supposed to tell you something to encourage you, something positive.
hint the whole thing, the mama say, so hint the whole thing, you know, the aspect of, you know, the Father in heaven, and hint the whole aspect, you know, of Mother Jerusalem. And, you know, like how we already know we're supposed to uplift the Messiah. So you hear how he said that, your mama say I'm supposed to tell you something, to encourage you, something positive. You know, we're supposed to uplift the Messiah upon the earth. Listen to this. Excuse the language. I know it's profane, but it's just, we know, as it's written, let us be sober and watch. You know, we rebuke these demonic spirits. You know what I'm saying? Let us be sober and watch and not be drunken by it, meaning not influenced and not overtaken and fooled by it. You know, let us remain sober.
Alright, well, I ain't gonna lie to you, motherfucker. You ain't going nowhere.
That's how serious it is, y'all. You know. But I'm going to end this right here. Thank you for watching Hide and Seek TV. Much more is coming, man. Peace.